Hello and welcome to another retrospective planning appeal case study video. I'm John Peters, and in this video I'm going to explain how we overcame another recent refusal by Barnet Council for one of our clients. This planning appeal was to overcome the refusal for a retrospective rear outbuilding that was refused by the local authority Barnet Planning Department. Our client was initially booked in for a free no obligation consultation to run through the refusal reasons that had been used by Barnet Council and to evaluate if an appeal was viable or if an alternative option could be best suited for them. The free no obligation consultation, which took around half an hour for this case, found that the case was viable for appeal to the Planning Inspectorate, taking the decision process away from Barnet Council. This case was refused for the following reasons. The outbuilding, by reasons of its height and massing, will be unduly obtrusive and detrimental to the character and appearance of the immediate locality, and would appear overbearing when seen from other properties, which is at a lower level, to the detriment of the residence amenities of the occupiers of those properties. It's a simple but effective subjective planning refusal, one you would not often see if it was not retrospective. As an organisation, we've been finding recently a number of errors in various local authority planning officers' decisions. These errors do help support the appeal cases. We do suspect the increase in these errors has been caused by the cutbacks at local authorities and unprecedented increases in workloads that are piled on the reduced numbers of planning officers. Many of you are repeatedly stating to us that you've had little or no correspondence throughout your application process, and the first thing that you knew was receiving the refusal notice from the council. And in some cases, the first thing is when you received the letter from us saying that we could help you with the appeal. With a planning appeals experience matters. Our special appeal team, who handle over 2.5% of all planning appeals in England and Wales that are currently produced and submitted, start by producing a comprehensive and robust appeal statement. That in this specific case covered 20 pages and just over 5,900 words. It's important to detail in the appeal statement where the local authority failed in their assessment of the case, and how and where possible both local and national policy applies in favour of the appeal. Additionally, if possible, bringing in similar cases that the Planning Inspectorate found in favour of the appeal. Obviously, the back catalogue we have of wins, we're able to use these cases and what the inspector said in them as additional argument to support your case. Recently, we had a client state to us that they had spoken to a competitor and they had stated that they use our wins to help them produce their appeals. I suppose that's a compliment to our team, but obviously with that method it does not give them the underlying knowledge to be able to adapt arguments to specific cases. It is important to know that no two cases are the same and the arguments need to be produced for the specific case in hand. Once an appeal statement is completed, we send the document to our client asking them to check that they're happy for us to submit the case to the Planning Inspectorate. If we need to add any additional information that the client may have forgotten previously to supply, it's done at this point and the case is then submitted. It's vitally important that all documents and responses are submitted on time throughout the process, as failure to do so will result in the appeal not being successful, something we hear about often when people attempt an appeal for the first time. Always ensure you use a professional who has a considerable experience of appeals. It's worth asking them for some recent successful planning appeal case studies, like you'll find on our website. Due to the large numbers of cases we represent, we have a dedicated team that liaises with the Planning Inspectorate on a daily basis. For this appeal, an independent planning inspector from the Planning Inspectorate visited the site on the 10th of January, and we are really pleased to confirm that the retrospective appeal was upheld and the permission granted on the 10th of February in a 4-page appeal decision notice. If you'd like to find out if we can help you with your planning appeal, complete our online form on our website www.planningappealsuk.com, and our new case support team will arrange for a free no obligation consultation with one of our planning appeal assessment professionals. Would you like to find an appeal case study for a certain type of application or even a selected area? We have so many and not all of them are published or filmed, but that does not mean we cannot show you what you're looking for. Ask our planning appeals assessment professional during your free no obligation consultation. Thank you for taking the time to watch this planning appeal case study video, and I look forward to producing the next one very shortly. Thanks a lot. Bye.